we have the same one, actually.
Oh, did you do it?
Yeah. I copped out.
What do you mean you copped out?
You'll see. In my opinion, I copped out to how I like to play.
Does it also involve
Mm-hmm.
and do I?
Mm-hmm. All right, you want to get into it so we can do that?
That's so funny. This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy and Jacob's mixtape. That was a crazy way to communicate.
Right?
Welcome back, everyone. This is TJ's Mixtape. I'm Tommy. That's Jacob. We're a movie review podcast. We like talking about movies. Who's in them? Who made them? All the good stuff. And then we give it a rating at the end. The rating is arbitrary, but we do it anyways. I feel...
Naked? Or are you kind of quiet?
Yeah, there you go. Hear myself better. But yes, before we get into the movie we're doing this week, we do a game. We connect the stars. So at the end of each episode, we randomly generate two people and then connect them via co-stars and other films they're in.
Mm-hmm.
I have two because I also felt that it was a cop-out.
The Zoe Kravitz and the Batman with Robert Pattinson, the Goblet of Fire to Alan Rickman, and Galaxy Quest to Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. Yeah. Last week was Sigourney Weaver to Zoe Kravitz. So I made a different one.
I mean, I honestly...
That was more fun.
Okay, really quick, what's funny is at the beginning, you doing this.
So I was looking at that.
I was like, yep, we have the same thing. It's like, that's all you had to do.
But then when I was out there, I thought of one that was a little more fun. I have Zoe Kravitz in The Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, okay.
With Mickey 17, Mark Ruffalo, 13 going on 30 with Jennifer Garner and Juno with Jason Bateman, and Paul with Sigourney Weaver.
Woof. Okay. And Paul.
Yeah, the Seth Rogen.
Jason Bateman's in that?
Yeah, he's like the agent chasing them.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And then like Bill Hader and the
everything you got. Yeah,
that guy. Yeah. Yeah. I just thought, because I was like,
it's a cop out because it's like the big franchises like
we try to
Harry
avoid
Potter,
or Marvel,
Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like it becomes like.
But it is a little bit different with Cedric because Robert Pattinson's character, he's only in one Harry Potter movie. This is kind of me justifying that it's okay to you.
Well, but then also it's like you used a big franchise and then you used a pretty big cult classic following one, you know. But anyways, at the end of this episode, we'll randomly generate two more people. So if you want to play along, you can play in the comments if you think of a way to do that or connect them. Cool. So this week, we decided we're going back to the nostalgic thing. We're going to go back into the past.
I feel it's kind of nice to... I mean, we just went through a slew of watching stuff that we'd never seen before.
Yeah.
And we do like to try to focus on like, oh yeah, let's try to watch things that we haven't seen. But it is kind of nice sometimes to like
revisit.
So yeah. And then talk like,
And so we're doing 1989's The Burbs, also because the new show's coming out or is out now.
It's out. It's releasing.
Airing. But yeah, for those that I forgot to write down the thing.
I think you can come up with a synopsis.
For those that don't know, The Burbs, a staycation causes a man to slip into suburban paranoia.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Man becomes convinced that his neighbors are killers.
Yeah,
basically. So,
this movie. So this is like, I mean, we don't even have to go like, did you like it? Because this is equally one of our favorite movies to watch. Mm-hmm. What I like about it is for 1989, the 80s just had this really weird goofiness with their comedies like this. Mm-hmm. That's very unique to its time. Even like the 90s start to get kind of darker and weird, but like the 80s, this is like, I feel like peak 80s kind of absurd humor.
Yeah. Well, it's like, how do I put it? It's an interesting bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just one of those movies that it's aged pretty good, but it's also everything about it is kind of perfect because of the sense of who they got to write it, direct it, star in it. Like everything just kind of worked out for this particular style
100%
of humor because it is a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Um,
but it's very much in the comedy.
Yeah. Thing about it. But yeah, let's get into that. That's a segue.
So,
Writer, director.
It was directed by Joe Dante, who we have done. He directed Gremlins, another one of our favorites. Small Soldiers, another one of our favorites. Inner Space,
one of my favorites.
So I haven't watched it in a long time, but I do really like it. That's all that I wrote. I know there's more.
Yeah, obviously. This Looney Tunes Back in Action.
That's right, Looney Tunes Back in Action,
which I just remember liking because of Steve Martin. He's the bad guy in it.
He directed the first The Howling, which is a kind of a goofy horror werewolf. It's a horror, but it's like it started like getting into the horror comedy type thing at that point. But it was written by Dana Olsen, who not a lot of writing credits, but majority of them look kind of like goofy.
George of the Jungle, Inspector Gadget.
Yep. George of the Jungle specifically stuck out me because that one's hilarious.
That movie's really funny.
That movie's hilarious.
When people tell me they haven't seen it, I'm like, the writing in that movie is so funny.
The humor is very similar to that. It's like you can look at Dana Olsen and like even like Inspector Gadget. There's like an awareness in his scripts that the characters kind of like acknowledge the goofiness, but are still grounded in a reality.
Yes.
And that's what I think I really appreciate. And that's really much what's in the Burbs here as well.
It's very tongue-in-cheek. Man, Inspector Gadget is
rough.
Really rough.
Rough.
4.2.
Rough.
I remember not being great, but...
yeah. And some people actually blame Inspector Gadget on what derailed Matthew Broderick's career.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and Godzilla.
That movie gets a lot of hate, and I don't understand why.
It's not a good movie.
It's not a bad movie. It's not Inspector Gadget.
Actually.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
No.
No, it's not.
When's the last time you watched it?
I don't know. I've watched it enough. Is
this Batman Forever again?
No, but what about it is so bad?
There's too many plot holes. The characters are kind of
plot holes. What plot holes?
It's like characters. The character stories aren't completed.
Oh, look, it's about a giant fucking lizard.
Yeah, they're trying to put the human aspect in it, and they're not doing it well.
I really liked that design for Godzilla too.
That was a cool Godzilla design. Yeah,
like the iguana thing. That was really cool. Anyways, maybe it is Batman Forever again. But for those that don't know Batman Forever, I just used to basically think that was one.
You thought it was a different movie.
Yeah. And it just wiped all the nostalgic out of me.
But you found you'd have a new appreciation.
Well, and also like back to this movie too. It's like it's funny. It made me realize that I have favorite directors for certain eras. Like Joe Dante, I would say is my favorite director of this period of time,
like 80s.
80s.
Maybe a little bit of Richard Donner. I think he did the Goonies.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what else did?
Oh wait, no, not the Goonies. Yeah.
What else did Richard Donner do? The Goonies, Lethal Weapon, Omen. Yeah, right. I forgot we did him. Yeah, this is so weird. Like the first movies that come up are Lethal Weapon, The Goonies, Superman 2, Superman, The Omen, Lethal Weapon.
You like the Lethal Weapons?
Yeah.
So did I. All right, so let's go into starring in this because it's kind of like it's definitely Joe Dante's vision and Dana Olsen's script. It's fun, but the performances in this movie are so good. So we got our lead, Tom Hanks plays Ray. I feel like we have done more Tom Hanks movies than anyone else now.
Big.
Polar Express.
Here.
This.
I forgot about Polar Express. Is that it?
I feel like there's more. I feel like there's another one. I mean, it's fine,
Is it?
It's Tom Hanks. He's not on the Epstein list. He's not. There was a rumor that apparently he was, and it was like not real. Are you looking up? Are you doing the search on your?
I'm just no, because I don't save actors like that. So
Oh, okay.
I was just taking a look, just real quick.
I mean, those. Yeah, that's you just heard some of the movies that we've done with Tom Hanks. If you don't know who he is, I don't know who you are, or what you've done with your life.
He's Tom Hanks.
I got next. His neighbor Art, played by Rick Ducommun. Which I figured out what it was. I fully recognize him from. He's Sydney's dad in Scary Movie. He's the parody of the dad in Scream.
Yeah.
And so like there's that scene at the beginning. He's like, all right, so daddy's got to leave for a little bit. You know, he got in a little bit of trouble with the law. And so when if the cops come, what do I do? You know, flush your stash, Dad. That's right. That's Daddy's little girl. Thank you, honey.
I recognize him from Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Up next we had what?
I got Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher, who's Carol Peterson, Tom Hanks' partner, wife in this movie. Carrie Fisher, Star Wars. Princess Leia.
She's also in The Man with One Red Shoe with Tom Hanks.
Blues Brothers.
Is she the nun?
No, she's the one trying to kill them.
That's right.
That's why I was like, I want to watch that just to watch her go.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
She ends up with a rocket launcher at the end.
That's right.
She's like a Resident Evil character. Escalating.
All right, so I got Bruce Dern next, who plays Rumsfeld. He's a voice in Small Soldiers. I saw.
Oh, he's one of the
Link Static. Remember which one that is?
Yeah.
Is he the comms guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he's also in The Haunting.
What's The Haunting? Oh, that
movie that we reviewed with Liam Neeson.
Wow,
Yeah,
I forgot we did that one. He is?
Yeah, I was trying to. Maybe he's the.
I don't remember that movie.
He might be the design of the ghost, the patriarch of the house. That.
Oh.
Because I don't really remember him in it either. Or maybe he was like a groundskeeper or something. You know.
What's his name?
Oh. Bruce Dern.
No,
the character. Oh.
When did that come out?
The Haunting, 1999.
1999. I'm just gonna go down here real quick. Mr. Dudley. Yeah, I think that
sounds right.
That sounds like
the patriarch guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. We figured it out.
Maybe.
Right. With a movie like that, yeah. Are you looking it up?
No.
Okay. All right. So I got next Corey Feldman, who's Office Rocker now. Plays Ricky, the teen of the street that is just pretty much watching the adults like it's reality television for him.
No, so just to clarify, Crane is the name of the
That's
patriarch.
right.
So he must be like a groundskeeper.
Or maybe like a...
Well, the following morning, Dr. Marrow and Theo meet the Dudleys at the front gate in silence and leave Hill House behind.
Yes, I see. I know exactly who it is now. Yeah.
Okay. Now we figured it out.
Yeah. Corey Feldman, from the Goonies, Lost Boys, Friday the 13th Part 4, Dream a Little Dream.
Now cult leader.
Friends with Michael Jackson.
Now a cult leader.
Had really started dressing exactly like Michael Jackson in the 90s.
He's doing that again.
He just never stopped. It's like he found his style. Him and Michael Jackson found the style to I don't know. But yeah. And then I got, I guess we can go quickly through these next couple. I got Wendy Scull because she's also in Small Soldiers. She plays Bonnie Rumsfeld.
He's in the show.
What do you mean?
Corey Feldman's in the Burbs show.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's in an episode as Ricky.
Oh, so it's the same universe.
Yeah, it's the same.
Weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because I don't pick up that when I was trying to watch the show.
Interesting. I wonder if it's on the same street then.
It probably is.
The same neighborhood then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I got Henry Gibson, who plays Dr. Klopek, or villain in this. I didn't put anything because he has 162 acting credits, and a lot of them are actually voice acting, voiceover credits. But he's got a very unique look. If you saw him, you'd know who he is, type thing. He's one of those actors that you're like, oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
And then quick shout out to Courtney Gaines, who plays Hans, the younger person in the Klopek house. Brain. Oh yeah, he's in Children of the Corn as Malachi. And then I put down Dick Miller because that's also another guy that's in Small Soldiers. It's just interesting to kind of see Joe Dante. And Gremlins, yeah. So, like Joe Dante tends to like have these like some actors that he does like he'll probably just be like, hey, I got this role, do you want to do it type thing.
Yeah.
Like he trusts them for this like minor role or good supporting role, fun role type thing. So yeah. Are we ready to go into some reviews then and get this rolling? IMDb 6.8, which I think is kind of fitting. I feel like it's a little bit better than that. Excuse me. And then to Rotten Tomatoes, got a 56% tomato meter and a 71 popcorn. So critics, not so much. Obviously, audiences enjoy this a lot more. And I do think that this movie, I don't think it got reviewed very well when it came out. And I think part of that is the humor. It's weird is that for the amount of weird humor that came out in the 80s, critics just didn't want to like accept it as like decent media.
Yeah.
And now we look back on it, it's like this is a cult classic now. And it's looked, now a movie with this type of humor coming out now would be like, it's so aware of itself. Like it would be given a little bit more of its flowers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I also don't think in this time and era that it would have been the horror comedy thing really leans into the horror a lot more in recent years.
Yeah.
Like this would have been a lot more violent and like kind of lost some of its
I don't like if it was made today.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily believe that. I agree with that because I don't think there's really no areas to really have there be weird violence.
Yeah, you would show just them killing. They would start picking off neighbors and stuff. They actually would be killing people.
I see what you're saying.
When we just see more of it, it would be like Tucker and Dale versus Evil or in that realm.
But that kind of takes away the charm of like the fact that
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like it wouldn't. That's kind of the whole bubble thing.
Yeah,
like
it's so odd. It's just like it's so great how they spiral out of control in this because one of their neighbors goes missing. And in the span of a couple of days, they spiral.
Yeah. Well, on Metacritic, this has a 45, which comes to mixed or average, with 6 positives, 6 mixed, and 8 negative.
Man.
So at the tippy top, at the Chicago Tribune by Dave Kerr with an 88. Though The Burbs is hardly an actor's film, Hanks continues to demonstrate the ease and maturity that has been his since Big, while Dern and Fieldman lend broad but effective support.
That's interesting because it's not like complex acting, but this is fun acting. This is like that breakfast scene with Art and how he's just literally eating everything out of the fridge.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. That is great acting. That just because it's not like this like horrible depth of like breaking, human nature, like, finding a new level of humanity. It's hilarious and it's fun and a lot of it was probably improvised.
Yeah,
which is also a sign of great acting in my opinion as well. Sorry.
Well, I was reading on the page too that Joe Dante let a lot of room in for improvising and letting them just kind of do their thing. So yeah, I'm just exactly. A lot of it was improvised, and you can tell too. And there's a with a movie that's heavily improvised, I feel like you realize you get a genuine feeling about it because it's not scripted, so it doesn't feel scripted.
Yeah.
With a mixed with Boston Globe by Jay Carr with a 50, and I think this is actually kind of an interesting point. The Burbs begins promisingly, as if Joe Dante, as if Joe Dante is going to yank a Steven Spielberg film into blue velvet depths. Once the premise is laid down, however, the film deflates and empties with alarming speed. I do kind of see that point.
I see their point. I just don't necessarily agree. Like I see why they have that perspective, but I think the way that this movie unfolds and like that goofiness that it becomes, I mean, that's the magic, that's the charm, that's what brings us back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Noah?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. This was kind of funny. With a 30 at Newsweek by David Anson, attempting a slapstick satire of suburban paranoia and xenophobia, Dante lavishes his considerable skills on a one-note, repetitive Dana Olsen screenplay, which at best contains enough innovation for a 20-minute skit.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? They're kind of not wrong.
They're not wrong. Well, you could have probably condensed this into a 20-minute long skit.
But it's not fun.
At the very bottom with a 20 by Kevin Thomas at the LA Times. Grimly unfunny comedy needs all the help that it can get. It's so bad it doesn't deserve the boost Hanks nomination for Big May He Give It. But that was weird. Like this one too. Dante's movie is so helter-skelter that he can't generate the uncomfortable mood the moment requires. It's the balloon principle. The Burb is so full of hot air it simply blows up in its own face.
That's wild.
It's crazy.
It's like, what movie did you watch? Your perspective on this movie is so weird.
It's always the negatives that are so funny to me. The folks who made the Burbs appear to be card-carrying members of the school of non-urban humor. Basic to the philosophy of this school is the misapprehension that anything occurring outside city limits is intrinsically amusing.
Yeah. It's like because since the humor is so on its sleeve in this movie, like, I guess people can look at that and be like, well, you're not being coy, so it's not funny. You're being too obvious with the humor. But that sometimes things are fun in that obvious.
Well, that's the slapstick nature of this one.
Like, and I love how this movie kind of sets up its world. Now your opening shot is Tom Hanks staring at his neighbor's house that's falling apart. The yard is all decrepit. It's run down, and it's the middle of the night, and he takes a step into their property line, and all of a sudden the wind picks up, and it's blowing him away, like ooh, spooky, and then he steps away, and then it's gone.
Yeah,
and it establishes this quirkiness in the world that we know what we're going to be getting through the rest of the film, and then you have and then you don't think it can get any kind of quirkier, and then you're introduced to Art hunting a crow with a rifle in his
Art's
friend's
got a gun.
backyard. Yeah, right. And the way that he and the way that he comes out of the tree with a branch just around his neck, that's good camouflage, is so absurd and so ridiculous. It's the establish of rules in this movie and groundedness that it has is so good.
Ebert said, I remembered what that made me think of what Ebert said. The Burbs tries to position itself somewhere between Beetlejuice and the Twilight Zone.
That's right, yeah.
But it lacks the dementia of the first and the wicked intelligence of the second, and turns instead into a long, shaggy dog story. But the thing is, it says when he says try to position itself somewhere between Beetlejuice and the Twilight Zone, I think it actually
does it well.
It does it pretty well.
Yeah.
Actually, it is kind of positioned in that because it's it has the quirkiness and zaniness of Beetlejuice, where you were saying, it's
and the paranoia
and living in this world and everything, and then the Twilight Zone thing of that's the 20-minute long
the paranoia. Yeah, the short. I mean, there is a Twilight Zone, which also a short story called oh God, what is it called? There's something happening on Maple Street or something like that. And it's about the paranoia of this little suburban block, this cul-de-sac essentially. Then they're all accusing each other of being aliens.
Funny.
It's the Red Scare type thing,
Yeah.
And then because what's happening is that someone's car's just turning on and off, and then while they're arguing, it's well, Mr. Sampson's house is turning on right now. What's going on over there? And they run over and they start accusing him for doing stuff. And then lo and behold, at the very end of the episode, the twist is that there's aliens actually fucking with the electronics, testing the humans to see what their reaction would be.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's like one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes.
Yeah.
And short story. I remember reading it in middle school as well. And that's what this movie kind of is. It's that suburban bored paranoia, you know?
Well, it's like it's good natured satire.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of meant too about like if it was made today, it would be really violent.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it isn't, it's like, and it's one of those things you boil it down, and the plot is pretty nefarious because these, big spoiler alert, the neighbors are killing people,
Mm-hmm.
and like the trunk opens up and it's just full of bones, and it's like,
and that's the reveal that they actually are murderers type
yeah,
thing. And it's just so over the top.
It's so silly.
Yeah.
But
the representation is so on the nose that it's funny.
Well, yeah, and it's just like, and that's really a big thing about this movie is the cast, because even Carrie Fisher is kind of like our anchor of reality, and like you're kind of spiraling out. But the scene that I think of too is that when they go out to the garage, and Hanks is standing there, kind of hanging on the door, like a little kid, like a bored little boy, just stuck at home with nothing to do. And even then Art's like, hey, you want to go over and get a beef sandwich at the deli, and shit like that. And it's like got this, to repeat myself, this good natured sense to it of really just watching a dude kind of just get bored on his staycation and starts seeing ghosts and goblins.
Exactly.
Like, and then the big reveal that it's actually happening.
And like the fun thing is the journey where you're like, these people are like, they're creepy, but they're probably innocent.
That's my only thing. I would say my biggest complaint with this movie is that we as an audience member don't ever have the opportunity to actually doubt that they're killing people. Like they give us too much evidence to support, like, watching it that they're killing people. So when there's that big, like when they blow up the house and they never find anything, there's kind of like they're trying to make us go, oh, they are innocent, but you never really believe they are.
Well, there is that sense of like maybe they are innocent because while they found the big furnace, but they don't look in the furnace, obviously,
which is stupid. I didn't realize.
But it's them when they start digging the hole, and you realize there is nothing in the hole. Like, and then he gets the water and he hits the gas line. It's like you've been like convinced as long with them that these people are killing people, but at that moment and you're not finding anything, you're like, fuck, maybe they are just creepy, weird, what have you.
Yeah. I don't know. Then I still don't feel like it buried the lead enough.
Fair. I think it's like,
maybe they weren't trying to, but I just think it would have been a little bit better if we did have a shadow of a doubt.
But I also do think with their house blowing up and then Tom Hanks's huge crash out, we're not even thinking about them being murderers anymore.
We're so distracted by
by everything else. So then when Mr. Klopek gets in the ambulance and is like, I did murder
kill you,
and you're like, oh shit.
I forgot that's fair. I forgot that's what we were doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, top tier, like top 5 crash out scene too. Tom Hanks yelling is like, there's something about his fucking voice.
When Art starts biting his finger.
When they went, oh my God. Starts biting his broken finger. But that scene is just like, that's such a great scene too, because it just said, look at me.
Look at me, Art.
I blew up,
And
then he has that really great like come to Jesus moment where he's like, we're the lunatics.
Yeah.
I just blew up their house.
And then Art's like, well, what do you want me to do? Move? I'll kill you. I'm going to kill him.
It's so good.
It's like the movie, and I think it's like, since we've seen it so many times, we are
I forgot
waiting.
About the house blowing up.
So we are waiting for that whole like climax. That's what we know what we're kind of waiting for, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, and that's the thing about this era too, because there's just actually another great example is what we're talking about doing next week.
Yeah.
Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. Mm-hmm. Same thing. Boiled down, it's a really dark concept, but because of the 80s whimsical thing that they were doing at the time, they're able to do it in a weirdly good-natured feeling way.
Yeah.
But today, I think it might also, maybe it's just as a culture now, we're just more cynical and desensitized to violence. It's like, even,
well, this
like bodies.
Yeah.
That movie I was actually really pleasantly surprised.
I didn't finish it, but
I was really pleasantly surprised in that movie. Because it's this.
It's absurd.
Well, and it's mob mentality. It's
it's
paranoia and mob mentality. Because I think the big twist in that is nothing's happening.
Really?
I think that's sorry, but it's old enough. Whatever. No, like,
was it just an OD?
Pete. What's his name?
Pete Davidson.
I was about to call him Pete Holmes.
Pete Holmes, yeah.
Pete Davidson, and I knew it like halfway through. He killed himself by accident.
Shit, that's funny.
He just like he fell or something like that, but because of the violence of it, it looked like a murder. So they all start thinking there's a murder amongst them. There is no murder. It's the officer, the college kids killing themselves on my property. It's that. And I was like, this is fucking hilarious, but it was very cynical. This is not cynical, and I think that's the thing about the
I think that's because
mid '80s, late early '90s.
Yeah,
in the '90s we start becoming cynical.
Well. And because
pessimistic.
Yeah. Apparently there were a couple of different endings to this film, and one of them was Tom Hanks Ray's character is just driven off in the ambulance with Dr. Klopek, and then it's the end of the movie.
Oh, so he dies.
Like insinuating that Klopek,
got his skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they cast Tom Hanks, Joe Dante's like, well, we can't kill Tom Hanks.
Everyone will hate us for killing Tom Hanks. Has he ever died in a movie?
Yes, he definitely has. And does he die in Philadelphia?
No.
Okay.
You could say, I guess he was never truly alive in Polar Express.
Oh, there we go.
Because he is the spirit of Christmas.
Road to Perdition, I want to say.
I forgot. I've never seen that.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah,
really good.
I've always wanted to, but I just never got. It's one of those like so up my alley, but I've just missed it all these years. That feels like a movie he died in.
There was the original ending they did with test audiences. It was a lot more cynical, like what you're saying, and test audiences didn't like it, so they made it more lighthearted as it is now. So. And a little bit of this ending does feel like
it does kind of feel like last minute decision, because even for the type of humor, the trunk full of bones felt, even for this movie, felt over the top.
Yeah,
kind of like
even like Hans trying to get away, and then Bruce Dern's character would be like, "I'm gonna get you." It's like it's a really sloppily shot.
Well, that's what I was saying. What they should have done is had him slip on the dog poop to bring that gag back around.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because that would have just made it feel more.
It's like universe. That scene feels weirdly out of place.
Yeah.
Like it's just like all that's just like two men wrestling.
Yeah, and it's like, then I don't know.
Like, it doesn't feel like it was choreographed.
No, there's like, oh shit, we just got to do this real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the driving around with the
but
you're keeping the bones with you, I guess.
Yeah. He just that's an interesting thing about this movie. We don't know what Klopek's motivation for.
No, you never. He just or any of what they're
any of them.
They're just a murder family.
Exactly. They're just like a murder family, and also you don't know why he wants the bones.
I mean, I think another good example of a movie like this is Disturbia.
Yeah, but
again, that
he
has
ends up being an actual.
I'm sorry, they.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But I mean, like that one actually does a really good job. That is one of those movies that feels like two movies in one. Because you're watching young man under house arrest going crazy from boredom.
Is it Skarsgård in Disturbia?
No, it's Shia LaBeouf.
No.
Oh, the killer?
Yeah, the neighbor.
No, it's he was in The Rock. He was one of the soldiers in The Rock.
He's not in Dune, right?
No. What is his name? Like, one keeps saying Tim Robinson.
Oh no, I know exactly who it is now. I see his face now.
Yeah. Who is that? What is his name? He's one of those guys. David Morse.
Yeah. It's like
he's the killer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. In The Rock, he's the one that actually like finds the moral high ground in between it all. Like because Ed Harris is like just ready to fucking kill
Oh,
everyone.
I thought you were talking about Disturbia. Yeah, The Rock. Yeah. He's like, this is fucking crazy.
No, we need to actually fucking stop
Yeah,
this.
and then he gets killed.
Yeah.
That airs. But yeah, no, Disturbia has that, like, because, there's a scene of him, like, making a Twinkie tower and all this kind of stuff.
The boredom.
And the same thing. He's watching the neighbors, then becomes hyper aware of something's going on.
And he's like, no,
and then it does a hard thriller twist where it's like, oh, it's like kind of like a summer comedy kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And then, nope, like, oh, huh.
Well, and that's the fun thing with the Burbs is, and like I said, like we have established, like every time we approach that house, something goofy is like spooky is happening.
Oh yeah, or like they go up.
They keep falling through the porch,
or they knock on the door and it turns into 666.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the lighthearted nature that after this era they turned away from that a little bit.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like it might be making a resurgence now.
I think it kind of is,
but it's just not entirely the same.
No,
because even Gremlins, like, granted, it's the same director, but even Gremlins has like, again, you boil it down, and this is horrifying.
Oh yeah, the premise is terrifying.
These reptilian, amphibian, lizard creatures,
Gremlins,
are trying to murder you.
Yeah.
Like,
there's tiny little creatures that shouldn't exist
with razor talons and sharp teeth, and that are just mean. Like, it's not
a
even
great soundtrack, by the way, too.
Yeah, I think he
Gremlins.
just. Well, but this too actually had a really great like the fucking and that was then that's another thing about this movie too. In this era is like even the soundtrack is great. Like anytime like the military dude Rumsfeld had his own like little like patriotic jingle.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
Well, it's like and all of the characters in this are exaggerations of.
Oh yeah, like he's a Vietnam vet.
Mm-hmm.
I done 18 months in the bush. I could snap your neck. You're like, Jesus.
Yeah, right. Calm down. And then Art is just like that big talk, won't stop talking neighbor that, has an answer for everything and has a plan, And the best thing is that Tom Hanks' character is kind of like that. You're everyman. He's the one that we connect with.
Well, yeah, it was like, but that's exactly like what they talked about with hiring him.
Exactly.
Oh, I do want to read this. So Dana Olsen based the script on experiences from his own childhood. Quote, I had an ultra normal middle class upbringing, but our town had its share of psychos. There was this legendary hatchet murder in the 30s, and every once in a while you'd pick up the local paper and read something like librarian kills family, self. As a kid, it was fascinating to think that Mr. Flanagan down the street could turn out to be Jack the Ripper. And where there's fear, there's comedy. So I approached the Burbs as Ozzie and Harriet meets Charles Manson.
Yeah. Ozzie and Harriet is an old 1950s suburban like sitcom, like fun, like we're neighbors type funny type thing. Mix that with Jack the Ripper.
Well, what I thought was funny about that too is because of the Beetlejuice, because that's when they're in Beetlejuice when they're trying to figure out how to scare them and they find their wedding clothes.
Oh yeah,
the interior designer goes, Ozzie and Harriet.
Oh yeah.
And then Catherine O'Hara's like, ugh, and like walks away. And I don't know. I was like, that's a weird connection in my brain.
I mean all of a sudden now you got Roger Ebert being like, it's like
yeah. It's like, yeah, it is. And again, like Roger Ebert, I think halfway hit it because yes, it is. It's actually pretty well in the middle of Beetlejuice and Twilight Zone. Like it's nice.
You hit it on the head, but he just didn't seem to
appreciate it.
Yeah,
because even then, like Tom Hanks as this, like pretty it seems like all in all he has a good life. He has a kid and a wife.
He's just on a week vacation.
He's just bored.
Mm-hmm. He's probably bored with his job.
Yeah, and bored with his life, It's like, make this a little more dramatic and you have American Beauty, you know what I mean?
Dude, right?
It's basically...
Yeah. Well, and what's really funny is like his like journey through it as well, because you have him slowly kind of like believing Art and like losing his mind. And then finally, like Carrie Fisher, his wife's like, you're not hanging out with them anymore. You're not hanging out with the boy. And there's that where they're like, they come up to like the awning.
The little kid thing.
Like, yeah, exactly. They come up to the awning, like, come on, Ray, come out and play. And she's like, no, go. You're not hanging out with him today. You're putting bad thoughts in his head. And they both like kick their feet, walking away.
You can hang out with him when he resembles the man I married.
Yeah. And he has this, and then finally, Carol, forces the going over to the Klopek house for lunch or whatever, and just to prove that they're normal. They're not, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's this sense of like Tom Hanks' character, like Ray, is trying to come to terms like they are normal people, but then he finds the toupee, which confirms to him we've been right this entire time, and that switch is flipped for him.
Well, and I think you kind of made a good point about you just kind of forget what we're. That's also kind of a drawback, because even then it's like they keep, and maybe it's because I've seen it. They keep mentioning the naps and the naps. There wasn't even a moving truck. Like they're really spoon feeding us that they have been murdered, but you kind of forget that until that again that weird end scene where.
He blew up a house, so it's just kind of like you're just like.
Well, no, but even that whole scene, where like he's like, you might have fooled everyone else, but you didn't fool me.
You're like, what are you talking about?
It's like, why would he be doing that? Why would Ray not be telling the cops like, hey, I found bodies that he has, you know what I mean? It's like clearly Ray thinks you're innocent.
Yeah.
It's very obvious. Like that's another reason why it felt weird. You're like, this feels kind of rushed and like, oh, we need to have the. Why? Why is he confessing to this man that blew up his house? Like
because he's a murderer and he wants to murder him.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
that's what it is. It's exactly stabby. It's every character is kind of they're not complex characters, So even having a complex villain in this wouldn't be fun. Just having him be like,
but it doesn't need to be. I'm not saying make it complex. Don't make it
Hannibal.
Yeah, like it doesn't need to do that. But that scene is just so weird. Like, why is he confessing to this guy that clearly thinks he's innocent?
It's for the comedic effect, in my setting up the next punchline, the end punchline.
Well, I think it's because they have all their different. I think the ending they wanted was
the drive away.
Yeah, that's why it probably feels like a shit. Like, well.
I can't kill Tom Hanks.
And we got to get him to,
Mm-hmm. What?
No.
Brain?
I was just thinking about how you could have.
I don't really know much else to bring up.
I
mean, it's a fun movie. It's like, we'll give it an honest rating, but like, personally, this is like a 5 out of 5 for me. I love it. Just like a personal, personal rating.
I would say a 3 though.
Yeah, I agree. Like actual, like critical wise, like looking at it, objectively, almost a 3.5, but yeah, 3.
I would just say 3. Because it's just kind of aged, I mean, but again, it's like,
I think it has aged, but it's like so much fun stuff is in this movie. There's a reason why it has become a cult classic, but I could also see this movie being like super like inspirational or influential for like younger filmmakers, because its film technique is also very on its sleeve and it's unafraid to show it. Like that scene where they find out that it's the femur, a real human bone, and then they're screaming and like the zoom in and zoom out.
Well, even that like scene too, like, and I think that that's a good point. From a filmmaking perspective, Joe Dante would be just really fun to work with.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard, like all of the reviews or like the stuff that I read.
Because like he like that, like the little nuances. And also another one that kind of fits this bill is kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like there's a lot of visual, and that's the other thing too. It's a lot of visual stimuli, like the femur thing. They're talking, and you're focused on them, and it's just very casually, and you.
And then Art's like,
what? You notice it the split second before Art does, and that's very on purpose. You know what I mean? You're like, and just as a filmmaking technique, it's just a fun thing to watch.
And I will say,
who did
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Spielberg, wasn't it?
What is it? Is that a Spielberg movie? Oh, Joe Johnston.
Oh, Joe. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like Rocketeer. And,
yeah. But also,
Jurassic Park 3.
Everything that's happening in this movie, any kind of like physical bit, is done on purpose.
Yeah.
Like the dog playing fetch with the bone.
That's and that's what I mean too. It's like the movie is silly.
Everything is intentional.
Yeah, the movie is silly and gimmicky and slapsticky, but everything is in everything. What is it? Everything in its place. A place for everything.
Yeah.
It's
it's
very meticulous
to set up the next joke, to guide you into something, and you're not realizing what it's setting up, that it's setting anything up,
and it's
until it delivers.
Well, and it's like it's just little gags too. Like he gets electrified, shot down, then they try to break into the house. He gives him his cards, and then you have at this point have kind of forgotten about the thing until he pulls out his wallet, and all of his cards have melted together from the electricity. You know, and it's like these little it's little tiny callbacks to, hey, remember that thing happened?
It's keeping it's keeping the logic in the world.
It's keeping momentum.
Yeah,
there's not really a lull in this movie,
and it's even just like Ricky Corey Feldman's character. His house he just has more paint. Paint.
That was fucking hilarious. I never noticed that before. It's like every time you see him, there's just more paint. Like he's supposed to be painting his parents' house while they're out of town. But it's like he just is collecting open cans of paint, and then there's
they're all different colors.
Yeah, and there's like one part of the wall that's red and not very well done. Like it's just this weird gag where you're like, huh, it's almost designed for rewatchability, for like that kind of thing. I've watched this movie 100 times. I've never noticed the paint gag, and it's so quiet and just like in the background that you're just like, what a weird.
The craziest spot to really just try to like pinpoint a bunch of like off stuff is when you're in the Klopek house.
Yeah.
Because one thing I saw this time that I never noticed before, like when Rumsfeld is like peeling the wallpaper off like a psycho.
Yeah, that was wild.
There's a frame on the wall with that he's picking through the frame that has no painting, no picture.
Oh,
it's just an empty frame
hanging there
with another picture in the middle of it.
Weird.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck is this design?
Or even like the pretty girl. You know, like, and it came with the...
Yeah, is that your mom? No, it came with the frame.
Yeah, like it's just like, oh, weird.
Yeah, it's great.
And even then, like, that's what I mean. Is like this movie doesn't... This movie is, what, an hour and a half or something?
Yeah, about that.
And it doesn't lose momentum. Because even then, the gag, too, with him trying to figure out which way the painting goes.
Which is crazy. Like, when you're watching him do it, I had a hard time seeing it. And then when the doctor put it the right way, I was like, oh.
But you're also like, this dude's a psycho. Like, what are you doing? You're just going to someone's house and like
touching all the shit.
Granted, you think they're guilty of some, at this point, imaginary crime. Like, we don't know you don't know anything. But you're just going in, picking off their wallpaper, messing with their art, touching their thing. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Giving him brownies he dropped on the ground that had leaves.
Oh, yeah.
All the leaves, just like little things like that. And that's the thing, too, Joe. He's very, like that, very meticulous, and it feels very methodical, and everything's thought out, every little detail. And it just makes it a fun watch,
Exactly. All right, I think we can wrap it up.
How do we feel about Nicolas Cage to Jonah Hill? That feels a little too easy.
I wouldn't be angry with that.
All right, let's do that one then.
Nicolas Cage, Jonah Hill. Yeah. Sounds good. So next week we'll be doing Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter is Dead. Yeah. And we forgot to completely even bring up about the Burbs TV show.
No, I did.
Well, did you try to watch any of it?
No.
Oh, okay. I fell asleep to it last night.
Oh. But yeah, so join us next week for Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, another dark 80s comedy thing.
It's actually 90s. Thank you very much.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 1991.
Oh, really?
Oh. Maybe 92.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. On there are all of our promos so you can see what's coming up, along with our link tree to take you wherever you might want to listen or send to your friends.
Mm-hmm.
This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy
Jacob's Mixtape. See you next week.
Nay.